I just received a mystery lightsaber from Nsabers, and I have no idea what to expect. Is it featured in the movies or video games? Is it a dueling lightsaber or a Neopixel? Here's where the fun begins. This is the first time I've ever done this for a video. I know 3 things about this lightsaber. First one is, I don't know what lightsaber this is. Second, I'm gonna need my Yoda screwdriver to open this. And third, I know it's not the Emperor or the Mando, because I just got those 2. Check out my full reviews on those in the coming weeks. I believe it's a Neopixel with an SNV4 Pro soundboard. Whatever lightsaber is in here, I'm gonna give it a full review like I normally do. But first, these are purely speculative guesses. Nsabers, thank you so much for sending this. I think it's possibly one of these 3. First, I have not been shy about wanting a Mace Windu lightsaber. That is high on my dream lightsaber list. Second, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the Shogun-like lightsabers. Those have been very popular, and I see them with influencers quite a bit. And third, if I have to pick a non-replica lightsaber, I really like that Halo lightsaber inspired by Master Chief. Let's hop to it. Just a little nervous. No way. You seek Yoda? Let's go! This is an SE Yoda. Oh my gosh. It's an SNV4 Pro. Look how thin that is. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to compare this with my Black Series one. This thing is sick. It's taller than I would imagine Yoda's lightsaber to be, but that thing is thin. Oh my gosh. Looks like it's got good sound ventilation. We'll get into that. Let's hop to it. See if the battery's charged.
Power on.
Let's go. All right, folks. Mystery Saber solved. Let's talk. Motion controls. Let's talk about the Yoda SE. Actually, I better look that up and make sure that's what it's actually called. Hold tight. All right, folks, before we talk about price and compare it to the Black Series Yoda, let's look at this thing up close. Absolutely sleek hilt, smaller than your average hilt because naturally, Yoda's got a smaller hilt. Look at the bottom here, we've got our sound ventilation. It is strong, especially for such a small lightsaber. Looks like this comes off here. This is our pommel. We've got our soundboard right in there. Moving up here, these are not rubber, and on some Yoda lightsabers, that's what they are, including the Black Series. Here's where we've got our SE button. If you've got a special edition lightsaber, usually that's where you'll find those. Now, it's not the grippiest lightsaber. These grips, if you will, are kind of smooth. But being that it's so little and so thin, I think you'd be hard pressed to actually run into issues there. My guess is, without looking into this is the retention screw that we need. We'll take the blade out in a second and see if we can pop that in. But just like Yoda's lightsaber here, we've got the guard right around the emitter. So very accurate. I think it's just a little bit longer than Yoda's actual lightsaber. Overall, this is pretty close, especially for an SE. This is outstanding. Just for comparison's sake, here is the Black Series version of the Yoda lightsaber, which is pretty authentic. These here are rubber grips. This one is one of the first rechargeable Black Series lightsabers. You have to pull this up, and I hate that because the more you do it, kind of the looser it gets over time. It's got a unique kind of blade plug with a kyber crystal in there. Interesting, you'll have to come back for the full review on that one. This is the screw that holds that in. Also with this lightsaber, you'll get your toolkit, which comes with a charging cable, a display plaque for your stand, one of my favorite blade plugs from Nsabers, and of course, retention screws and your Allen key. There's the display stand, manual, and of course the most important thing, aside from the hilt itself. You see gloves! Nsabers, if you regret sending me this lightsaber, I totally understand it. I'm gonna try to keep the Yoda impersonations to a minimum. Promise I do. Okay, it's a little bit funny that I unironically used a screwdriver modeled after a Yoda lightsaber. I have a Darth Vader and an Anakin one, and I always use those. This was just the one that I saw on top of the pile. So to say that this was foreshadowing, to say the least, is quite amazing. You know, Nsabers just came out with a DV3 lightsaber, that Darth Vader from Revenge of the Sith, and I have a DV3 screwdriver. Just saying, that would make for a nice surprise next. The blade that comes with this here, screen accurate on the edge there. This is one of the heavier blades I can recall. This looks like it's probably a 1-inch diameter, a little bit thicker. Again, I'll have to check the specifications after. Beautiful Neopixel there. This thing is gonna be bright. Might even see the return of Darth Shadius. The blade feels like it weighs more than the hilt. Oh my gosh, stop being so needy. We're gonna install this thing, light it up. One thing I wanna mention, this is not a retention screw. I was wrong on that. That is just for the aesthetic. You've got 1, 2, and then 3 right there. This one, actually, they're all important, but this one really keeps the blade in place, so there's no wobble. Before we light this up, just one more tip on this lightsaber. When you are screwing in the retention screws here, and actually on any of your Nsabers, just make sure that your Allen key is firmly in there. Just because you don't wanna strip the screw that's in there, that would be really difficult to get out. Yoda. There we go. All right, we're gonna light this thing up. We're gonna put it through a spin test. We're gonna see what it looks like in the dark as well, but here we go. My goodness, is this thing impressive. Spinning it, unbelievable. Maybe one of the best spinnable lightsabers I've ever felt in my life. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Talk about a lightsaber I didn't know I needed. Now, it's really weird because the blade, it has to be a little bit thicker, it's heavier. The weight is a little bit more up here than it is in the hilt for once. So when you're spinning it, you're really getting the full force of the blade, which I don't mind. I kind of like that. Absolutely stunning color. This one, by the way, if you don't know, you can change between 12 colors and 27 different sound fonts, preloaded. And you can use the Force Park V2 app right on your phone if you want to change the brightness, the volume, which sound fonts. You can download new ones. Absolutely incredible. But this value here is insane. Again, I had to look up the title of this just to make sure it was called the Yoda SE. The price blew my mind. We're going to talk about that a little later. But keep in mind, if you go to Nsabers and pick up this lightsaber, use discount code Lightsaber Life at checkout to save money on this saber, which is already on a hefty discount, by the way. Truly amazing smooth swing. Ready? Very sensitive, very loud. And here's the blaster deflect. Sound font matches the lightsaber from Yoda that we see in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Man, I might like this better than my Tano SE. That's saying a lot. Not sure if I like it more than my Anakin SE though, man. It's crazy thinking that this was my first mystery lightsaber, and Nsabers also sent me a Palpatine one. Do you think they're trying to tell me something?
Surprised? Your arrogance blinds you, Master Yoda.
All right, let's see what this looks like with the lights off. Yoda SE. Ah! The brightness gets me every time. It's like looking at the sun, you just can't help it. Truly amazing, again, with the spinability. Hear the ignition. It's got the authentic Yoda bite, that aggressive ignition. Let's see what other sound fonts we got on here.
Ray Skywalker.
Lock up.
My training? No, always training. The universe is. Master Windu.
Mace plus Yoda. Look at that flicker. We catching that? That's a beautiful profile right there. The 2 baddest Jedi in the galaxy.
I am told it is the dark saber.
Yoda to Grogu, same species, right? Getting it ready for the Mando movie. Sometimes I find the retention screws in lightsabers fall short. They do the job in this one, which is important because of the heft of this blade. If you accidentally combined Yoda and the Emperor. Back to Master Yoda. Before we get to price, I want to talk about who, off the cuff, I think this is for and who may want to skip it. If you like Yoda, this is a great gateway to getting a good Neopixel lightsaber. This comes in base lit, which is good for dueling, and then it also comes in the higher end Profi, so you can really customize that one. But in terms of SE lightsabers, Nsabers has a really good thing going on where I think a lot of times the perception is an SE lightsaber dumbs down the original hilt and strips away a lot of its qualities. They don't do that. They really just modify mostly where the button is and it is a little taller than the average Yoda lightsaber, but this works totally fine. And it would look good on the shelf too. Who else this is for? If you are looking for a premium experience. For the price point I'm about to tell you, you will find few lightsabers as valuable as this. When it comes to all the sound fonts that it comes with, the smooth swing, the beautiful brightness of the blade, this one is off the charts. And if you are looking for a spinning lightsaber, if you want to make YouTube videos, TikToks, you name it, this is absolutely the way to go. In fact, if you get this in a baselit version, I'd say go have some fun dueling with it. This being a Neopixel, I would not duel with this one. You can do very extremely light dueling with it, but the blade is really something special. I would not recommend it. Is there anyone who should skip this lightsaber? No. If you're looking for the exact replica of the Yoda lightsaber, you'll want to get the regular version of Yoda. This one's really close, legitimately, but it's not totally exact. So if you're a purist, you may want to save just a few extra bucks for that one. Price difference is not too crazy. If you are looking to duel, don't get the Neopixel. Get this hilt, get the baselit or sRGB version instead. Those blades are made for a lot of contact. So this lightsaber you can get at nsabers.com for a little over $500. Oh, hang on, I forgot. It's on sale. You can get this one for $359.99. A crazy deal for a Yoda Neopixel lightsaber with 27 sound fonts. And by the way, that $359 becomes even cheaper when you use code Lightsaber Life. Overall, A+ SE lightsaber, I rank it almost in the same category as my Anakin Skywalker SE. Mystery lightsabers, who knew? Let's do it again. What do you say, Nsabers? Honestly, I gotta say thank you so much to Nsabers. They've been an incredible partner throughout my first year on YouTube. I look forward to working with them so much more. Recently, I announced a one-year fundraiser for Make-A-Wish Foundation to celebrate the upcoming 50th anniversary of Star Wars. This year, I'm trying to raise $9,000, $1,000 for each of the Skywalker Saga films. Make-A-Wish supports kids with terminal illnesses. The campaign launched this week, and we got a few donations in. First up, we had JT with $21. Thanks so much, JT. He said, be good, do good, and may the Force be with you always. We also had a $100 donation from Robin. Robin said, thank you for challenging your network to donate for such a great cause. Who wouldn't want to make a wish come true for a child? Robin, you are such a blessing. Thank you so much. And lastly, we got a $250 donation from the Akron Rotary Club. They said, this campaign to raise money for Make-A-Wish through Lightsaber Life is a great example of Rotary's motto of service above self, which is why we support and encourage others to support this with a donation. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. If you found this video entertaining, educating, or both, why don't you consider subscribing to the channel? And in the meantime, YouTube thinks you'd like that video right over there. May the Force be with you.